Hello everybody, and welcome to my new video. What am I going to be doing today? You may be wondering. Well, it's quite simple. We are doing a Bleach units only challenge. What does that exactly mean, though? Well, it's quite simple, really. We can only use Bleach units. Well, I can only use Bleach units. And how far will I go? Well, that's in the fate of these 4 units' hands. Coyote Stark, my favorite Oran car. Byakuya, my favorite 13 Core Guard Squad captain, and Mugetsu Ichigo. Because he's pretty good for this. And I brought along Ichigo's hollow form. Not his form that he took on Ukleora with. No, like the hollow itself inside of him. Basically, I chose to bring that along because I don't have any other Bleach units, and I was like, you know what? I might as well just bring the Bleach units I have right now because this is basically it. Also, if you guys like this content, then please like and subscribe. Because not only is that helping me out, it's helping me out basically in general. Because it's like that's how I know what content you guys actually like. Because I wouldn't want to be just making like random content that isn't that you guys don't like too, because well then what's the fun in that, right? I will occasionally do my own idea of a video, but if you have an idea, then comment down below a YouTube video idea, and I will do it, and I will give you a shout out too, because you just helped me make a lot of content, technically. Alright, so what unit will I be placing right now? So the unit I'll be placing in a bit is actually going to be Mugetsu Ichigo, because if I can get him to his final upgrade, I'm pretty sure he becomes hybrid, which is why I gave him his orb and these units their orbs. And that's why I gave the tradable Ichigo I have the Fire Ridge orb, because I thought it would get pretty boring if they didn't have their orbs. It wouldn't like spice up the content too. But also the problem has to do with the fact that if I didn't put a orb on Ichigo, then I would just screw up the entire gimmick, or like the entire idea of its entire video, because in infinite mode there are air units, and if I can't kill them, well, let's just say things will not work out at all. Also, I don't know if this is an intentional thing in the game or not, but you can now place units on actual straight pathways. So let's say you have a character like Byakuya, Ichigo, or hell, Coyote Stark, and they have like a skinny cone AoE. Basically, you can place them on these things and it'll perfectly align with like right there, there. I don't know if that is intentional or not. Oh, an enemy got in the back. Oh, sorry, little guy, you gotta go. I don't know if that. So yeah, back to that topic. I do not know if that was intentional or not. It probably was intentional, because if it wasn't intentional, knowing All Star, they would have already patched it already, as they are very quick on things. An example could be with the infinite return to zero technique you could do with Gold Experience Requiem when it first got released, and I'm pretty sure not even like a few hours later it already got patched. So they are quick on these things. Oh, more units are making it back. Oh god, I'm gonna have to place more units. This does not seem very good right now at all. This does not seem good whatsoever. I gotta place on Ichigo fast. I'll max him out too, why not? Set him to last too, why not? I'll take out a lot of enemies. I love it. You know what? Let me put on my Roblox volume, because then we can hear him say the words Muggets. Muggets. Oh, we can hear it all the way from back there, too. Well, I mean, that is kind of understandable, because I know, because, like, you know, you gotta take into consideration, this is, like, an old map for All-Star, and it's, like, tiny. Like, tiny. Like, a character with, like, 126 range, or hell, even Sasuke might actually reach the entire map, most likely. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. Like, really cool in my opinion. So, one thing I am planning on doing is I might place around like 8 Ichigo tradable units right here, or I'll place them all the way in the back because his range is very terrible. Muggets. I could have upgraded that Ichigo. That's there we go. So hopefully this can take out the rest of the air units, because if I can't take out that air unit, we might be a bit screwed. And Ichigo comes in with the clutch, as usual, using the power of plot armor. Thank you, Ichigo, for using the power of plot armor. Alright, now we just set him back to his last, and now we will be placing down more Ichigos. So, the way I'm going to be placing him down is going to be in a way where it's basically, they cover about the entire map, basically. So there'll be one here, and then there will be about one either here or over here in this general area, because we need slowdown everywhere. Not to mention, we need to make sure that our Ichigos are in good places where we can get rid of those air units, because remember, if we can't get rid of those air units, then we are definitely screwed over, because the only Bleach unit, apart from the Fodler units, are kill units, basically. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, why did I just get the Fodler units too, to basically take care of the units? Well, you see, the thing was, that wouldn't really be as fun, in my opinion. I want to have a fun experience while I do this. And I feel like it'll be more fun and more challenging if I have only one unit that can attack. So I have to place him in different areas in, like, smart ways where his range and everything is perfect. To be honest, I'm very glad I got the Ichigo orb now, because if I did not get it, my god, this would have been so difficult to do. Uh-oh. Back. On my watch. Get out. Alright, it looks like we can max out a Bulma. By the way, I know I said I'm using Bleach units only, but there is a reason why I brought Bulma. And that is actually because we can max out all our units and use them to their fullest potential. Because we don't want to bring no money unit, because then you can't use all your units. Not to mention, we wouldn't even be able to play at all, because without the big cash that Bulma gives us, we wouldn't be able to max out Ichigo, which means we wouldn't be able to basically place him down. And if we can't place him down, well, things get a bit complicated there. Like, very complicated. Alright, so one thing I feel like doing is setting this Ichigo specifically to first. That may seem like a bad idea. However, there's a reason why I will be doing that. And that mainly has to do with the fact that, well, look at it. It's covering about 2 paths, basically. and I'm pretty sure that if I if I place him in this way, it should cover a lot of this area. And also, I don't want to set him to last because he'll only be attacking about over here, and that is not a good path in my opinion, because it's really skinny, narrow, and I just feel like that wouldn't be a smart idea. So what I will do, however, is this. I will place an Ichigo right over here. Right over here, actually. Because technically this would reach in similar range, right over here. Not only that, but it will be covering this entire area, considering how wide his Kone AoE is, and the fact that I was able to place him in a specific area where it would cover, well, majority of the track, basically. Now I will place down 2 Mugetsu Ichigos. But my idea is this. I will place down 1 Mugetsu Ichigo, so 1 to first, while I set the other one to last. Then reverse it for each one. There we go. I'm so tempted just to set one of them to last at this point, because I'm so used to setting Ichigo in general to last, because every time I use him, especially in infinite mode, it'd be like I always set him to last so you can get like the most out of slowdown. Because Ichigo is meta for slowdown, and there is one thing I wanted to say. I found a way to make Ichigo's slowdown range a bit betterish. Now, what do I mean by this? What I basically mean is that I have found a way where the Mugetsu range would still have enough slowdown, but we all know Ichigo's SPA, it's 11. That is a very terrible SPA, especially for slowdown, considering slowdown's actually very, very important, especially in middle areas too. So with this, basically, with the technique I came up with is that it's in a way where it covers the majority of paths, up until where you would most likely place your Sasuke's, your Naruto's, or Luffy 6 stars, because it would be near the middle. It would go around the entire map into the middle area. And what this would do is that even if they were to run out of his range with his 11 SPA, it wouldn't matter, because guess what? What just happened right now is that, well, after they ran through all of that, you're gonna have to deal with more Mugetsus constantly. It'll be hard to avoid them then, compared to the 2-on-2 strategy here. Now, why would I place 2-on-2 strategy here if it's not that good in my opinion? Well, there's a specific reason. This map isn't big, and the 2-on-2 strategy can actually cover about majority of the map. See? See, it covers majority of the map. Alright, now I will be placing down the units. Now, something I have to take into consideration is that he is a AoE unit. So, how can I take advantage of that? Well, I'll place him right over here. Now, that may not seem like a good spot for Byakuya, but it's a good spot because, remember, he's an AoE. He's not Cone AoE. He's not Circle AoE. No, he's AoE, which means anything that enters his range. So let's say if the units could run over here, and his Cone AoE is facing right here, like how Mugetsu Ichigo's is. What would happen is that they could be behind your character and they can still die, because it's that entire area of effect, which is why I'm placing him right here, because it covers the beginning of this path, right here, this entire path, up here, and then right here, not to mention they'll be constantly being hit by slowdown while they're at it. So it'll be most likely easier. So I will be placing. Now, regarding Coyote Stark, because he is a Cone AoE unit, what I will be doing with him is something a bit special. Basically, I'll be placing him in ways where it would be covering an entire line, and I will set him to last. Considering how fast his SP is, it's 5 seconds of my power. That is actually pretty powerful. And the reason why I'm placing these guys so out of like in an odd kind of way is actually because I don't need to place them all, majority of them all, in one area, because in this challenge of mine, in these challenges where I would be using one specific anime unit, like anime units in general, I can't bring them up. Because Erwin is not from Bleach, he's from Attack on Titan, so he's not Bleaching. So I'm not bringing him. This is basically like a very hard version of like Infinite Mode, basically. Okay, now where will I be placing my Coyote Starks? I will actually be placing them around this area, actually. And not gonna lie, that Kone AoE is actually pretty good. Because it goes from this kind of Kone AoE where it's a bit skinny to that. And that's actually pretty wide. That's pretty important to take into consideration. So, if we set him to last right here, he goes up here. So now what will I do with the other Coyote Stark? Well, I will be placing him right over here, actually. I'll be placing him right here, and he'll cover this entire row. I know that's really tiny, it's like a tiny row. Why should I even be worrying about that? But you gotta remember that, like, we have to be very cautious now about majority of our decisions. So what I'll do is this. I'll set this one first, and then I will set this one to first here. Because no matter what happens here, Coyote Stark will always be attacking here. So that's what's gonna happen. And then the priority first ones over here start to target them. However, when they get into this range, Coyote Stark will be hitting them there. So will this one, and so this one. You guys get what I mean? If you guys don't get what I mean, it's very hard to explain this. Like, very, very difficult to explain this. I'm surprised that I am thinking this hard into all the power play. To be honest, it's actually kind of fun. So it's like, so we said this here, that. So the technique I'm kind of thinking of right now is that the units where it's basically going over here, I will set these ones to last, because it's like on low occasions that the last unit ends up over here without being killed. Basically. So we have this side pretty much cleared out, basically. And now we work our way to the front, where I will just be placing a Coyote Stark again here, teaming up with Mugetsu Ichigo. Then I will place one right here, and the last, and then I will place one more right here. I'm pretty sure this is the final one. Right over here, set that to last. Let me just double check. And that is the last Coyote Stark. Oh, and he's starting to fast. He is 5. Mugetsu Ichigo's is 11. Not gonna lie though, those effects are actually cool. To be honest, I kinda want All Stars to kind of like revamp these shows that Coyote Stark does, because I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have the kind of similar effects to how Anime Ballerina does, because I played Anime Ballerina with Coyote Stark before, and oh my god, the graphics look so good. Like I'm talking about like good. Oh yeah, I kind of messed up my tradable unit Ichigo placement there. I'm just gonna place majority of them in the back over here because, well, I mean, sure he has like tiny range, but you also gotta. It says PA is pretty tiny, so I feel like it'll just be better to place him over here rather than like those areas. And it'll also be having the help of not only 8 Yakuyas, but like around 4 Coyote Strikes. So that's gonna be pretty nice. Also, if you guys like this content, then like and subscribe if you want to. And also, one thing I did want to mention is that if at any point you start to stop liking my content, or you just stop liking me in general, you're free to unsubscribe. It's your choice. It's your choice. You subscribing is your choice. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Not gonna lie, this is kind of fun. Even though majority of All-Stars just being AFK majority of the time. I feel like I'm going to die when it hits over 30 or it starts surviving when you get there. And I know they will be slowed, but still, this SVD is so long, which is what I'm really scared of. If they can somehow pass by, like at the celery a lot faster, then they'll make it in the back, and if those Ichigos cannot attack, then, well, this is insane. Alright, so now, without wasting any more of your time, I will be doing a... So basically, I will show you what will happen when we are right about to lose. Final damage, our final wave, our final amount of alive. Let's see. Oh, Deku. Yes! Wait. No! No, I thought he died! No! No, Mugetsu, no! Slow down, please! No! Ah, man! Oh, that is so laggy. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.